Chakra alignment is fine. It's quick disclaimer, man. This is for entertainment purposes only. Viewers' discretion is advised only because a lot of people tend to be very emotional when they hear certain things or certain words. We're not here for that. I'm speaking to my people and people like me, colored like me, because our futures may not know. And I'm only part of that future. You're only part of that future. But as a collective, we're all a part of that past as well. You see what I'm saying? So if you ain't checked my last video with the William Lynch speech, brief little speech he gave on the James River. It's, I want to say 1718, 1712, I believe. He gave a speech about the slaves. What I have here is the remainder of this. Let us make a slave. We're going to do this all quickly. I will break down and comprehend those things that need to be broke down. But other than that, I'm going to make you think. I'm going to make you use your brain. I hope you did this before. I hope you're not very emotional, and I hope you can comprehend some of these things that I'm talking about. The only way out is in. So let's begin. Let us make a slave. Viewer discretion is advised. This is for entertainment purposes only. Okay. Don't get hurt. And if you go to the next video, you want to say something about me, put it in the comments. Only way out is in. So let's begin. Let's make a slave. The origin and development of a social being called the Negro. Let us make a slave. What do we need? First of all, we need a black nigger, a pregnant nigger B-word, and a baby nigger boy. Before I go on, I want y'all to see that this is what that says. And we're going to make sure we get it exactly how they say it, because we all know they wasn't calling us black people. Second, we will use the same basic principles that we used in breaking a horse, combined with some of the more sustaining factors. What we do with the horses is that we breed them from one form to life to another. That is, we reduce them from their natural state of mind in nature, whereas nature provides them with their natural capacity to take care of their needs and their offspring. We break that natural string of independence from them, and then thereby create a dependency state so that we may be able to get from the usefulness production for our business and pleasures. So, I mean, I don't know what I need to say there. You got that. The cardinal principles in making a Negro. For fear that our future generations may not understand the principles of breaking both horse and men, we lay down the art. 4, if we are to sustain our basic economy, we must break and tie both the beasts together, the nigger and the horse. So we were already beasts. We're already animale, right? Let's continue. We understand that the short-range economic planning results in periodic economic chaos, so that to avoid turmoil in the economy, it requires us to have breadth and depth in long-range comprehensive planning, articulating both skill and sharp perception. So what they're pretty much saying is, we know we're going to ruffle some feathers, so we got to have some other things for the back end. Everything ties into one, like society. Everything breaking down and it's all tying into one. We laid down the following principles for long-range comprehensive economic planning. Now, they call these cardinal principles, 1 through 6. Number 1, both horse and nigger are no good to the economy in the wild or natural state. You see how they broke that from you? How many of you niggas scared to go outside? You know how to start a fire? You know how to gather wood? Would you sleep in a tent? Type shit. But anyways. Number 2, both must be broken and tied together for orderly production. Number 3, for orderly futures, special and particular attention must be paid to the female and the young. Number 4, both must be crossbred to produce a variety and division of labor. Like we like calling them dogs, like we call dogs mutts. Like how we call dogs mutts. A lot of us are mutts too. Let's continue. Both must be taught to respond to a new and peculiar language. Yes, so we all heard of, we spoke our own languages, our own signs and signals and books and all of that. They took it away from us, right? Number 6, psychological and physical institutions for confinement must be created for both. So of course, they call them horse stables. But the only thing that can keep a nigga stable is a cell. Right? Institutions and physical. So we got insane asylums, and they call them crazies, and they put you in, yeah, man, they give you all these pills to, yeah, that's what we're talking about. Oh, that's what they're talking about. I'm sorry. We all know I wouldn't have got in that motherfucker. I'm already dead at that point, right? We hold above 6 cardinal principles as truths to be self-evident based upon the following discourse concerning the economics of breaking and tying the nigger and horse together, all exclusive for 6 principles laid down above. Neither principle alone will suffice for good economics. All principles must be employed for the orderly good of the nation. Accordingly, both a wild horse and a wild or natural nigger is dangerous even if captured, for they will have a tendency to seek their customary freedom, and in doing so, they might kill you in your sleep. Why would they want to kill you in their sleep if they already was freed? You had to capture them first. You cannot rest. They sleep while you are awake and are awake while you sleep. They are dangerous around the family house, and it requires too much labor to watch them away from the house. So they're talking about us. Above all, cannot get them to work in the natural state. Hence, both the horse and the nigger must be broken. That is, break them from one form of mental life to another. Keep the body and take the mind. In other words, break the will to resist. Now, the breaking process is the same for both the horse and the nigger, only slightly varying in degrees. But as we said before, there is an art in long-range economic planning. You must keep an eye and your thoughts on a female offspring and horse nigger. Horse and nigger. A brief discourse in offspring development will shed light on the key to sound economic principles. Pay little attention to the generation of original breaking, but concentrate on future generations. Therefore, if you break the female mother, she will break the offspring in his early years of development, and when the offspring is old enough to work, she will deliver it up to you, for her normal female protective tendencies will have been lost in the original breaking process. For example, take in the case the wild stud horse, a female horse and an already infant horse, and compare the breaking process with the 2 captured nigger males in their natural state, a pregnant nigger B-word, and with her infant offspring. Take the stud horse, break him for limited containment. Completely break the female horse until she becomes very gentle, whereas you and anybody can ride her in comfort. Breed the mare and stud until you have desired offspring. Then you can turn the stud to freedom until you need him again. Train the female horse whereby she will eat out of your hand, and she will, in turn, train the infant horses to eat out of your hand also. When it comes to breaking the uncivilized niggers, use the same process but vary the degrees and step up the pressure so as to do a complete reversal of the mind. Take the meanest and the most restless nigger, strip him of his clothes in front of the remaining male nigger and the female and the nigger infants, tar and feather him. Tie each leg to a different horse faced in the opposite directions. set him on fire, and beat both the horses to pull him apart in front of the remaining niggers. This next step is to take a bullwhip and beat the remaining nigger males to the point to death in front of the female and the infant. Don't kill him, but put the fear of God in him, for he can be useful in future breeding.